Ken Dodd, Bessie Braddock, MP, whoever that is. As usual, looking into the sun, which isn't great with its camera. But I'm here at Lime Street, Liverpool, if you don't know, which I'm sure you do. Just looking for some angles and lines, as I normally do. First of all, I'm assuming these wire things are to stop people sleeping here. Right, I'll take a few minutes, first of all, to see what we've got. I've been here a number of times previously, but hardly ever to photograph it. I think the last time I was here I was collecting one of my daughters after her night out in Liverpool with friends. I'm trying to think when it was, about a year ago. Collecting her at about 11 o'clock at night, after she'd been into Liverpool to drink some Coke and orange juice. Anyway, my idea for today is to use long exposure. I'll tell you what, you can tell we're close to the sea, close to the Mersey anyway, out to the sea. It's very blustery. Whether this microphone, can you see it, that one? This microphone is filtering out all the wind noise. I brought this particular camera again simply because it's got a grip thing at the bottom, tripod, that it can float above. But in this weather, it's a nice warm day. Well, it's not warm, but it's, pleasant. In this weather, with the wind, it's probably going to be a little bit too blustery, and I don't want the camera toppling over. The first thing I've noticed is the steps here. I always notice steps, I don't know why. But I like these steps because if you have a look, they sort of start steep here, and then as it goes that way, it sort of filters into nothing. That might be an interesting photograph from here. Yet again, I've only brought my iPhone with me, using it as a digital notebook, digital photography notebook. Just taking photographs with the iPhone, so that if I like a particular photograph, I can always nip back and redo it with a better camera. Seems to be a lot of cheering and chanting up there, so I'm assuming there's a boot ball game on. Liverpool playing somebody. That explains why the train was absolutely jam-packed. Just to prove where I am, as if you couldn't tell by all the buildings around. I really like Manchester, but it's quite claustrophobic in terms of the buildings are all squashed together and the streets, whereas Liverpool I really like too. Oh, hello. Not seen one of those before. Longitude and latitude. As I was saying, I really like Manchester because, I really like Liverpool because it's open. You can see that there's tons of space here. Anyway, let me get my iPhone out and take a couple of photographs. Another unloading of trains. There seems to be quite a few hen parties. I've seen 3 so far. And I've also just tripped up. My main aim today is to take some long exposure photographs. Now, if you've used an iPhone, you might be thinking, how on earth do I do that? How on earth do we use a simple iPhone to take long exposure photographs? Well, there is a method, well, probably quite a few different methods. Well, let's just get across here whilst we can. One of the methods that I'm going to show you is via an app. You'll have to buy the app. I think it's about a £5, £4.99. Just to interrupt, you can see the Liver building just over there. 2 towers, with the liver birds on the top. Isn't it strange that you can be here, opposite the magnificence of the huge hotel bar thing there, and that kind of dwarfs, or appears to dwarf, Lime Street Station. However, Lime Street is pretty big, but that, I won't call it a monstrosity. It was no doubt lived in by some wealthy Liverpool cotton trader or something like that, or slave trader. Probably had it built to say annex. That is incredible, massive compared to Lime Street. And then you go to the right again and you see another extremely large building, but that is a modern building. I'm not altogether as enamoured with that. Now, if I'd have had my camera ready, I could have caught him on his bike, just riding across with the shadow. Oh well, it'll happen again, no doubt. What I'm trying to do is find some shade I can place the camera, because the protective filters on the lens of this camera, they're not great. They're expensive, but they're not great. There seems to be a wedding going on here. Somebody's doing a photo shoot for a couple in white, holding flowers. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the larger tripod that I've got here to have a look up high. Well, I say it's a tripod, it's more of a monopod, to try and get up high at these lamps and that statue over there and that horse statue too. So that's up high with this monopod. I'll just have a little walk around. Not that it's easy with a different type of camera, but I can look up there at the top of that. And what I'll do, I'll come over to the horse statue of whoever it is. Let's have a look. This statue of a wise and good prince. Oh, so if I go up there and have a little bit of a look, can't see too much from this height. Let's come around this way. Oh, it's Albert Prince Consort, according to the text on this side. You can just about, well, I'm saying you can, just about see the flag flying on top of the, I think it's a library, that. Again, it's useful, this long tripod, because it means I can have a look at the top of this lamp, which means that when I return, I will have studied the photographs, well, the video footage, and work out whether it's worth taking a photograph or whether it's... Will you just get that for me?
Did you catch anything?
Even more people walking around, clearly come from a wedding. But the other thing I was noticing is the photographer down there taking a photograph, or taking multiple photographs of those people, that couple. I think they're acting, you know. I don't think it's a real wedding. I think he's just doing a fashion shoot. Do you reckon that's a fashion shoot, or is it a wedding?
Where?
These two in white.
Fashion. Possibly. No, maybe a wedding actually. I don't know, the boots would say fashion.
I reckon it's fashion. If it was a wedding, they'd be hugging in between photographs. As you can see, somebody else doing a vlog, YouTube video. She's probably an influencer. I'm more of an influencer. Wonder who she is. I don't recognise her from behind. Easy tiger. I think I'm going to have to go up onto the steps a bit because it's a little bit too blustery. So if I position myself here and strategically do it, maybe there. These great columns are blocking the wind a little bit. Quite a beautiful city. It doesn't look like this when it's raining. Though, again, that's another video I'm going to do. One about taking photographs in the rain. I've just spotted, although it's quite large, I don't know how I missed it, but that large rectangular thing. I shouldn't be laughing, it's a war memorial. Quite like the idea of the soldiers marching there, clearly marching to doom. So I'm going to go down there and take a couple of photographs and see if I can balance the sombre dark browns of the actual freeze itself and the stone. But what I'm trying to do is balance that and the background, so I've got a colour palette that is either in harmony with it or in antithesis to contradict it, or possibly a third option, and I'm looking around to see if I can do this. I don't think I can. I did one in the previous movie whereby I purposely created a red, white and blue Union Jack colour scheme on the Halifax building. The Halifax building is only white, but there was some reds and there was blues in the sky and the blues in the window and the posters. Purposely tried to make a red, white and blue because I believe Prescott during Brexit was a very Union Jack type of town. Right, let's, well, I was going to say let's trip down the steps, but I don't mean to trip in a bad way. I mean trip in terms of quickly. But I suspect it'll be a combination. If I ran down these steps, I would no doubt be tripping and tripping. Anyway, let's have a look up top. Oh, now then, I like this. This screams photograph to me. At the moment, before I see this video footage, I can't really tell what's up there from this angle. I'm thinking, somewhat ironically, I got lucky with this photograph. It's doing a long exposure with the app. You can see the camera down there. But where I say I've got lucky is we've got the red of the poppies, you've got the white in the sky on a blue, and a blue car there. If that car wasn't blue, I would either remove it or I would convert it to blue. But I've got kind of lucky. White in the sky, red, blue, red bit more there. So I've got red, white and blue of a Union Jack, Great Britain, with this war memorial. So I'm hoping that's going to work out okay. Now, as I say, these are only being done with my iPhone. If they work out okay, I'll come back and do them properly. Though you can't always get everything to fall into natural colour symmetry like this, as you sometimes get by accident, which is what's happened today here. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up for the moment. I've just noticed a poignant message there from a Liverpool fan. I'm going to wrap it up here because I've got another train to get. Hopefully this train, the one going back home, isn't anywhere near as busy as it was coming into Liverpool. That train was horrendous. I've got the train to get in about half an hour, so I'll nip across the road again to the station. Oh, I've just spotted this huge building. Something about it. It's now a Wetherspoons. So that's St George's Place. Looks like L2. Although it's been erased a little bit. Well, not erased purposely, worn by the weather. I did see somebody a little while ago on YouTube taking photograph after photograph after photograph of all the infamous street signs throughout Liverpool and sort of making sure that they're all connected with the Beatles. Seems to make a okay living out of it, taking photographs. No doubt selling the photographs, but also making videos about it. Now, weirdly, I've not taken that many photographs, and certainly the photographs I've taken I don't think are as good as they could be. That's kind of because I'm rushing, so it will warrant coming back again on a different day so I can get better photographs. I'll bring the better camera as well. But as I say, it's just a scouting mission once more. I like doing these rather than bringing expensive camera equipment around strange places. Not so bad during the day, I know. Certainly wouldn't want to bring expensive camera gear to anywhere at night, whether it's a city, town, village, out in the middle of the countryside. Anyway, so let's wrap it up, and I'll see you soon.